what people what people portray when they come in the community, it's so far from the truth, man. I mean, these guys are beautiful guys. They're just misled, just like I was. God called me to do ministry in the community, and I was like, didn't want to believe it was me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you come up with 1,000 excuses like Moses did, about his speech, and I just went out there and tried it. I said, okay, God, here we go. So it started with one of the guys named Fing, you know what I'm saying? And then another guy named Kurt seen me talking to Dean like the following Sunday in the park. So I just said, you know what? Y'all want to go to my crib, and we just had a Bible study in the crib to get something to eat, you know what I mean? And then it just kind of came to me then, like, this is what it was like in Romans when the church first began. So I just said, this is it. I knew this is what God wanted for me to do for this community.
So when I came here to Park in February, James was already doing this. He had this going for, it's been 4 years now. And some of the other guys at Park were telling me about this great Bible study on Sunday nights. And so I dropped in one night, and that was it.
It's usually packed from front to the back. Guys asking thousands of questions. Sometimes it get chaotic. It's not your typical Bible study. It's real people expressing themselves.
But you set him up, basically.
So let me ask you this. When your son eat those cookies, and you come home and see that they've been eating, he got to deal with the consequences. You can't keep the rules.
Right.
You can't do right. I can't keep the rules.
Right,
I need him. That's why.
You have to understand that you're not going to have all the answers. You're not going to have the answers to why God do everything.
Hey! You got your car?
Man, you got the keys, man. Please,
It's like so sensitive, man. You want them to come to Bible study, but you understand that revenge is probably what's about to happen right now. Here, one of the hard things that we deal with here is these gentlemen coming here. They want to turn their lives around. They want to live for the Lord. And some of the things that happen in the neighborhood catch up to some of them, and Valon was one of the ones.
I was keeping in contact with him in prison, and he used to always tell me, like, Brother Jay, he said, man, I'm coming home. He said, I'm 100 for Christ, bro. See, 24/7 all day, man. I'm rocking with you, bro. I'm by your side. He said, I'm gonna be there every Sunday. And he came home, and he was doing that. Even Darren, when Darren met him, man, he said, man, he got a really, really genuine spirit about himself. Like, you feel his love, you feel his sincerity. You know what I'm saying? I don't run into too many people like that, even in the church. He was outside in front of his house playing with his kids, and a guy from the rival gang, you know what I'm saying, just happened to see him, I guess, you know what I'm saying, like, so he was trying to be calm, you know what I'm saying, around his kids and get them in the house. And so he got them in the house, and they had their bike on the curve, and he went to get the kids' bike, and dude just came running up behind him and just seized the opportunity, and yeah. He was just at my wedding, got pictures of him, and 3-4 days later, he got shot in front of his kids. And Jesus, and I just want to say this part though, man, like, Jesus, I was at one point, I'm like, God, okay, man, these guys steady. I mean, you told me to preach the gospel. What's the point? You know what I'm saying? When they constantly dying, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm building relationships. I'm getting attached to these guys, and then I see them one day, then the next day they gone. Like, what's the point? What's the purpose? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get to see them live their life out. I want to see them succeed. I want them to get that car. I want them to get that apartment. I want them to see them being really excellent dads and spouses and stuff. You know, I don't get to see that. You know what I'm saying? But he told me clear, you know, sometimes he just called me. He called me to do it just for them to receive salvation. You know what I'm saying? Like, Valon didn't have no kind of ways to pay his funeral costs and stuff like that. People from Park Church just came down, and they was doing a little dinner. They was selling plates, and they just came and showed up and showed out. You know what I'm saying? Just like basically emptying their pockets. You know, the plate might have been like $5 or $10. They'll get like whatever they had in their pockets. Sometimes it was 70, sometimes it was 30, sometimes it was 20. And on top of that, you know what I'm saying, pay, you know what I'm saying, half or probably all the funeral costs for his funeral and stuff like that. So he had a good funeral, burial, and all that stuff there. That was hitting it out the park because, you know what I'm saying, like a lot of people lost faith in church. You know, it's a lot of times we have to sacrifice our comfort, our finances or whatever, you know what I mean? And Park kind of displayed the perfect image of what a church that's after God's own heart, you know what I mean? So, and they stepped totally out of their comfort zone and felt comfortable being there and just did with Jesus what it is.
My big unfinished prayer for the neighborhood, for this community of North Rogers Park, I just want to see the gospel change lives.
Okay, player. Where was you at today?
I was sitting down.
You don't got that fresh new bang going on. You don't know how